Why is this man calling me? I literally just got off work.
Yo, what's up, Jeremy? JT? You know what time it is?
What do you mean what time it is?
It's time, brother.
Oh, it's that time. Alright. It like takes a second. Alright, hold up.
And are we rolling? And we're rolling.
I
We're
think
rolling.
we're
We're
on.
going.
This is like take 5,
Take
and
five.
we literally just started. But anyways, this is our first episode. I hope y'all enjoy. I know we're definitely gonna enjoy it, regardless how it even comes out, just because we've been wanting to do this for a very long time. But yeah, so this is my boy CJ. I'm gonna let him introduce himself real quick.
My name is CJ. I'm very commonly known as Soul by CJ, also known as CJ Lens, and I'm a content creator. I'm trying to do content creation full time, and I'm here with my boy Jeremy, and we're excited to take you guys along for the journey.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a banger. I already know it. One thing he did not point out though, because he literally just started on it, and he literally looks like he's been doing it for years already. He's actually a photographer, and we'll show it, a couple of clips and a couple of pictures in the video as we go along. But anyways, a lot of people that are gonna be watching this probably already know me. Um, Obviously it's a small town, but for the people who don't know me, my name is Jeremy. Right now I do work at Siemens, but I just been working my whole life since I was 13. This is honestly my passion. Obviously, when the people who saw my old videos, we needed to adjust them. We definitely needed to adjust them, but that's what the whole point of learning. And our topic today is actually learning or repeating, and there's a fine line between them, obviously. But anyways, like I said, my name is Jeremy. I just been working my whole life, and we're just steadily gonna get better. But yeah. So first thing I wanted to talk about is the learning side. So when or actually before we talk about the learning side, I wanted to talk about that before we start anything on this. I want y'all to know that what we say might get personal, and what we say might also make you look at us different. But what we're trying to do is hopefully give y'all something to prosper on, to learn from our mistakes in life. Because yes, we are young, but our past and everything made us grow up really fast, and we just want y'all to learn on something. And obviously, this is our passion.
Just trying to be personable, find common ground, just down to earth people.
Oh yeah, I mean, connections are better than resumes now at this point.
That is
But
so true.
so on the listening side, I wanted to talk about me personally. Actually, CJ, I wanted to talk about me personally when it comes to Did I say listening or learning?
Listening.
Or I meant the learning side, learning or repeating. So I actually wanted me personally, which you don't have to talk about this yourself. We can go on a different one, but I wanted to talk about women in general. So I will say in the beginning, when it came to women, the only women I had in my life was my mom and my sisters. And then unfortunately, I did have brothers, yes, but unfortunately I am the youngest, so everybody left, and it was just me in the house with my mom. So I was really sheltered a lot. No, it wasn't like I became a weird kid or anything, but at the same time, I didn't really have no friends, and I generally just the only people I knew who to talk to was women. And then what I did learn about women as well is that each woman is different,
Facts.
and we just had we're all human at the end of the day, and we have to learn how each of us work, and to see if we want to deal with each other or not. Because I will say, each relationship I've had, I became better as a person. I have done some wrong things. I have hurt people who have been good to me, and I've also hurt bad people who've been bad to me. And then people also hurt me in general, good and bad. But one thing I will say though is each time that I got hurt or hurt somebody, I learned from it. And that's one thing I like about myself is I didn't repeat. See, repeating is just going back and doing the same thing. It's like insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting the same outcome. So I just wanted to give a quick summary summary on just how I really feel on that topic, because a lot of people don't want to talk about it because it is very personal, and we will get judged on it, of course. But when it comes to me, I will say each time from a woman, I do learn something new. I do learn how to be a better man each time. And I just want to say that I think it's, how far I come from that genre in general.
I got a quick note on that. I think something that's very important when it comes to making mistakes is sometimes you might be making a mistake and you don't see it as a mistake, but others around you do. Sometimes it's smart to just change your perspective and look at it from somebody else's point of view to see if you're making mistakes so that you can learn from it, because you don't want to just sit there and be complacent in the same spot, and you will continue to make the same mistakes if you look at it in a way you're like, oh no, what I'm doing is fine. Everybody else is just hating. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's important to step into somebody else's shoes and look at you from where they're looking at you.
And I wanted to go on top of that as well, the fact that, because for me personally, I used to just only look at my side, only. I mean, strictly only, because when stuff doesn't make sense to me, I get really frustrated. I think that's anybody, right?
Right.
Yeah, anybody. Well, but my problem was, since I was so sheltered, I had to learn everything on my own, and so I feel like I was always right. But when I started to look in a third person perspective, it made everything change, completely change. I noticed small things that I was in the wrong and small things I was in the right about. And when you're able to realize that, you're able to communicate better. And when you're able to communicate better, you're able to actually build a long lasting relationship.
And
And
build
that's
better relationships, stronger
for
relationships.
sure. And I'm not gonna put anyone's name out because obviously I was asked before permission, but I will say my last relationship, I wouldn't say it was all me, but there is parts that I learned from. I didn't think about it at the time, but I will say I'm very thankful that I did learn from it. It really has made me a better man in general, honestly.
That's real, bro. Everybody goes through ups and downs in their lives with relationships. It could be best friends, girlfriends, spouses. It doesn't matter. But you definitely need to learn the person. Like if you care about somebody, you care about your relationship with them. You got to learn that person. You got to learn, what's right and wrong about them and what's right or wrong about
Right.
yourself, so that you can be better in that relationship with them.
Because I will say the last thing she did tell me about is, and I usually tell this a lot to other people too, is just to just run back to the Lord, honestly. And the thing with me is, I honestly, and I still have a bad habit, is I feel like I cherish money and other things, these values, more than the Lord Himself. Now, do I mean to? No, obviously. Like I do better. I try to do better each day, but sometimes I realize and catch myself, and comes with the learning process and not doing the same thing over and over and over. But anyways, back on it, she did just tell me, I hope you reconnect with the Lord again, because she knows how I was beforehand, and I started distancing myself away when I started to work too much, because when you grow up on your own, you only have yourself. So it's either swim or drown. And at that point, I was not going to drown. But the problem was, though, is even though I was technically by myself in person, I was never really by myself. And that's what I really realized through this relationship as well, is that I might have felt alone when she had to go, but at the same time, I really wasn't. And it opened up my eyes to how to operate better as a person. So, yeah.
That's real. And also on top of that note, not all relationships, not everybody's your friend. Not all relationships are worth building. So with that being said, if you find yourself in a relationship with someone, whether again it's a friendship or more than a friendship, and you find yourself constantly getting hurt by that person, don't go back. You know what I mean? You're just repeating the same mistake over and over again. And honestly, most of the time people are like, well, I see the light in them. I see the good in them. I know they can do better. Sometimes it's just not worth putting yourself through that much stress when there is somebody already out there better for you in a relationship, whether it's a friendship or whatever it is.
And to also put another perspective on it too, sometimes it's not good in the moment when you separate, but it's best for you at the time, because when you separate, if it's obviously meant to be, it's meant to be, and y'all will work it out. But if you separate and figure out what you want to do in life and figure out what your standards are and what you want, and if y'all can work it out, sometimes separation is the best thing for that moment in time. We are humans. We are going to make mistakes. If we did not make mistakes and if we were perfect, why would we believe in the Lord? Why would the Lord be a thing, or anything in general? Sorry about that, y'all. Like I said, later on we're definitely gonna get better equipment. This is just a startup, but I'm very thankful to be in this position where I'm at, actually, to be surrounded by good people. Because I also wanted to relate on that people will come and go. They are seasonal. That's just general, and it depends how long they stay. And but they're always gonna be there for the right reason, even if it's bad reasons and the wrong reasons in a sense. If that makes sense.
That does make sense. And I also agree that it is very important to have a relationship, a good relationship with the Lord. And even if you aren't religious, at least try praying, because God hears everybody's prayers.
Yes.
Every prayer is heard. You don't have to be religious to pray to God. You know what I mean? Just give it a try. If you're going through something you need somebody to talk to God. You may not hear anything back, but get it off your chest. It's better than just like letting yourself simmer in it. You know?
And speaking on that as well, to be honest, I know a lot of people think like this just because me personally, I thought like this. I thought I was too far gone. Genuinely, I thought I was too far gone because, like I said, I am not the worst person in the world. I know that for a fact, and I'm actually way better than I was even last year. But I've done bad things. I have, and I will admit to that. But I've learned from them, and that's the most important part, obviously, when it comes to it, because we are humans. But you're never too far gone, and that's what's so amazing about the Lord. Because the Lord knows you by your name, but the devil knows you by sin. And he calls you by sin. Even though the Lord knows your sins, he still calls you by name. So just put that in perspective to remember that, like you said, even if you don't believe in the Lord, just remember that even if there was a thing and there was a devil, which one makes more sense in general? Even if it was just looking at a fact sheet in that way. But yeah,
That's so true, bro. And like on top of that, the devil he'll try to get you in many ways, bro. And a lot of people they don't understand living worldly, like living of the world, and it could,
especially when you're doing really good too.
especially when you're doing good. Exactly. Whenever you got all the money in the world,
Mhm.
you got everything you want. You got a nice car, you got your brand new phone, you got the new camera, you got everything
As
you
soon
need.
as you get your money up, boom, a car problem.
I'm saying,
Literally.
I swear, bro. But
Yeah.
But for real, dude, you gotta make sure that you stay strong in your relationship with your Lord, with the Lord, with your family. Like your family is very important. Not everybody has a great family. I understand that, but you gotta find those people in your life that you can build strong relationship with, and pray, 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 pray. Prayer is very important. For yourself. Pray for the people around you. Pray for today. Pray for tomorrow. Pray for everything. You gotta pray. If you need somebody to talk to, pray. You talk. Everybody talks to themselves. Everybody looks crazy before. You're not gonna look no crazier if you sit down and you're in Panera Bread and you're finna eat and you pray before you eat, nobody's gonna look at you crazy, dude. Pray. Like it's helpful. It gets stuff off your chest, and you might reach a point in your life where you start praying and you feel like your prayers are heard, and that is an unworldly feel. That is like out otherworldly, bro. Like it just feels so different.
Any separation from him is it's scary. It really is. But it's speaking on praying about it and everything. When you do pray, don't just pray for just yourself, because it's also in a greedy way, but pray to be better, not to just have things, in a sense.
That is so true.
Literally, because I pray and it's okay to pray for repeating things, and it's okay to be frustrated when you pray too, because you're calling out to him when you're frustrated. Is it okay to be mad at him? In a sense, if you're mad about the situation that you're in and you're praying, you keep on going, yell, cry out to him. It is okay. And honestly, we're not big right now, and even if we get big, we will try to find the time to hit y'all back up if you want to come talk to us. Our socials are gonna be down there. Yes, we want to get big for other things and help others, but like I said, we're not big right now. We'll 9 times out of 10 reply to you, and honestly, we want you to talk to us. We love communicating. I mean, that's how me and CJ got together on this. I was on. I looked at CJ Snap, and I thought he was the coolest dude in the world because he's in Mississippi reselling
Man,
and
I
actually
appreciate that.
doing it. Literally, if you know Mississippi, it is not. It is one of the, like, how do I describe it in a couple words of
I would
Mississippi?
say if you're not from Mississippi and you've ever heard somebody say don't come to Mississippi, like there's no reason to visit here, then I would take their advice. Mississippi, there's not a lot of stuff to do here. To the way most people get out of Mississippi is blue collar jobs. You know what I mean? They work their way out and just go find a company that'll take them in another state. Mississippi is
Literally,
not. It's hard to grow here.
it's literally referred as a retirement state.
Exactly.
Literally, but we were talking about Mississippi. There was one.
We
There
was
was.
talking about how we met.
Oh yeah,
We
that's where
met
I was.
so me and Jeremy we met through Snapchat. I used to resell. I used to be big on reselling about a year
Did
ago.
you add me or did I add you?
I don't even remember.
I don't know. I just know when I saw him reselling and posting confidently. See, there was a difference when people were trying to post stuff, but being genuinely happy on what you post, regardless of what the outcome was,
Exactly.
I just enjoyed that very much, and you can tell how what his motives were, and that's one thing I really appreciate about him. I believe that's why I added you, because I also wanted to learn how to, excuse me, to resell too. I thought that
Right.
was pretty cool.
See, that's how bro. We just fell in love with each other over the content creation. Like that's
Literally.
really what it was.
Like literally, yesterday was our first day hanging out. This is our second day, and
And we've known each other for like over a year, dude.
that's the crazy part,
Crazy.
literally. And the thing is, when we first saw each other, it kind of like already felt,
It wasn't
and
no awkward energy,
yeah,
nothing like that. It was regular.
nothing. We literally talk about icebreakers, and we're like,
We
We
don't need
didn't.
no
We
icebreaker.
don't like literally nothing. But yeah, out and do the outro. I really wanted to also say, let us know what y'all want us to talk about. For real, we love communicating, we love talking, and what do y'all want to hear?
The topics will be endless. We'll talk about anything and everything. This is not going to be strictly religion. We will bring up religion because God has a big part of, like, He plays a big role in our lives. So you will often hear us talk about religion, prayer, God, and stuff like that. But that's not what this is all about. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we'll have topics about any and everything. So just drop a comment. Tell us what you think you want us to talk about.
And we will be posting behind the scenes on all of our social medias, and also we'll be asking y'all on there, what do y'all want to see? And not every video has got to be a podcast. Now we will have a lot of podcast episodes because this is one of our main things that we want to do. But once we get more time and have more availability and everything, we will be shooting other different types of videos. But you also gotta realize we are in Mississippi.
We're gonna
So.
shoot we're gonna have vlogs. We're gonna have vacation vlogs. We're
Oh
gonna have
yeah.
just skits. We're gonna have any and everything, bro. We love this content creation. We love being in front of and behind the camera. We like to write scripts. Look, I mean, bro, we set up this whole podcast, man, and it was not
Literally.
easy. I'll tell you
Oh
that.
my gosh.
But we figured it out, and we're here now. So
And actually, I did not ask CJ this, so this is literally, I mean, most of this was not script, I will admit this, but this is definitely not script at all. What are you doing after December 20th, man? You probably don't know, right?
I don't know. I don't got a clue in the world.
Well, I actually got invited to Florida for a week.
What part?
I forgot.
That's a good question.
But one of my friends invited me, and if she's okay with it, which is like a whole friend group, by the way.
I got you.
So, but Florida's lit down there, and if y'all want to see something that's in Florida specifically, and once we tell y'all the actual area in Florida, let us know. But do you want to come with?
Of course, I would be 100% down to come with. We might have to bleep out the date. You know what I mean? Just so that,
Yeah,
just
but
to be careful.
all right, cool.
All right, so hold on. Before we get this outro done, I just wanted to say I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Everybody that did tune in, and I understand if this wasn't the most entertaining thing to watch or anything like that, but we're gonna get better. We're gonna have more topics, new guests,
Yes.
stuff like that. It's only gonna get better. This is the very first one.
And honestly, if you're watching this right now, and you obviously if you know us and we're close by, ask to come on. We would love it.
We'd love to have new people come on. Anybody and everybody.
Literally, it doesn't matter who you are, and that's one thing I like about both of us is we just like to meet new people. We like to learn new things. So, but one more thing before we go. It's just it always comes a brain fire as soon as you're about to say something, or at least to me. But anyways, I hope y'all have a great day. Honestly, truly, we're very thankful that you even just watched this. We really enjoy this. We're obviously gonna get better. Uh, and yeah, until next time.